Shalom, family. Good to see everyone here. Hope you're doing well. Oh, man. Kamala all of a sudden popped up on the scene and she was being interviewed by Al Sharpton. And of course, the question came up about 2028, and she was like, "Oh, I might run." We know she's running, okay? We know she's running. But just looking at the overall climate of America, technically, it doesn't matter who runs or who wins because there is no way they're going to be able to fix this mess that has been made. And I don't believe it could be done in the next three presidential cycles. That's how much damage has been done in just a short period of time of Donald Trump. The economy was already inflated under Joe Biden. It got worse under Donald Trump. And then you have the war, and then the country is insolvent. No one, not Kamala or really anyone, can come into office right now and be able to fix this. It is impossible. So, yeah, she would be a sitting president, but she can't fix all this mess. There's no way. 4 years in office, you would never be able to fix what's going on now. And I'm going to be talking about Donald Trump in the Straits of Hormuz. The Iranians have announced that it is fully open after Donald Trump set up some blockade. He's so full of crap. It's not even funny. Donald Trump is trying so hard to make people believe that he is in so much control when it comes down to the Straits of Hormuz. He is not in any control. The Iranians have told him multiple times they control the Strait of Hormuz. And I guess his head is so hard, he just doesn't want to accept that. Donald Trump he has no control over anything that's going on over there. So anyway, back to Kamala. Kamala can have all the best intentions, but even she can't fix this, y'all. She can't. And we're at the very end of this rotten ass kingdom that we've been stuck in for decades. And it's going to go no matter who's in office. The dollar is going to be devalued no matter who's in office. It doesn't matter. They already said, even with the Strait of Hormuz open, the prices aren't coming down anytime soon. The oil prices went down because it's market manipulation. You say, "Oh, everything's back to normal." Yeah, so the price dropped, but how long? I don't believe it's going to stay down. um, but we shall see. But the bottom line is, it's not going to impact anything for the consumer. So you're going to still be dealing with these high ass prices out here. So, y'all, I want you to hear what she had to say. I know some people don't like Kamala's voice, or they don't like that hyena cackle that she has, but bear with us, y'all. Bear with us. Well, as vice president, what can she really do? And plus, I don't think Joe Biden gave her much to do. Now, um, JD Vance is running all over the place because Donald Trump is too old to do it. I know why. He's younger, and Donald Trump is old. So all the overseas trips and anything where you got to go far away, he just throws JD Vance on the plane and sends him gallivanting everywhere. So, y'all, let me go ahead and share my screen.
No, on this Friday.
Playing. I didn't even touch this. Okay. Please give me a 1 if you can see my screen. You know what makes me laugh listening to like this first dude? After y'all, because it's people like him that put Donald Trump in office. And I don't know, what makes you think people want to listen to you now? Look at the mess this man has made in what, a year and a few months? I don't even think it's a year and a half yet. And look at the mess this man made. So when it comes down to politics, what makes y'all think we want to listen to you after you put this destructive man in office? You know, y'all put him in there. So any criticisms you got, to me, I don't even take you seriously at this point. I don't see how anybody can. Thank you for the 1s, everybody.
Kamala Harris for president. I am Brian, and here's one thing to know on this Friday. Is Kamala Harris gearing up for another run for the White House? The former vice president says that she might run for president in 2028. Speaking in New York, Kamala was asked directly, do you plan on running for president? And her response, quote, let me get it, it's a little windy here today. I might, I'm thinking about it, end quote. She pointed to her experience serving under Joe Biden, saying that she knows exactly what the job takes after spending years inside the Oval Office and years inside the Situation Room. Harris also says that she's been traveling around the country and believes that the status quo is not working for many Americans. Of course, this comes after her 2024 loss against Donald Trump and after she passed on running for the governor of California. So what does all of this mean? Well, she's not officially in, but she is definitely not out. And just like that, the race for 2028 could really start heating up and pretty quickly. Would you vote for Kamala? Drop me a comment. I'm curious. Let me know. That is one thing to know today. Hanging out under a tree outside of work. We got some construction still going on. It's a beautiful day here today, a little bit windy. Hope you guys are having a great Friday. Follow me right now for one thing to know tomorrow.
Will you run again?
I haven't decided.
You're still thinking about it?
I might.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That's what I've been saying. That's what I closed the book and I'm like, oh, she wants to. She's just thinking about it. If that was my impression. I don't know if that's what you intended, but that was my impression.
No, the book is about a specific period in time. There was no agenda beyond what we've discussed already, which is just sharing with people.
Sorry? Does what include Kamala? Her voice is very important, yes. Of course, she has every ability, every right to run. And indeed, I think she's very popular with quite a lot of people. The voters are going to have to decide in a primary process.
So Kamala Harris was asked if she had any plans on running for president in 2028. And apparently, she might.
So are you going to run again in 28?
Listen. Let's hear.
Listen, I might. I'm thinking about it.
She might.
I'm thinking about it.
Okay.
But let me say this. Let me say this. I am thinking about it. But let me also say this. Look, I served for 4 years being a heartbeat away from the presidency.
That's
of the United
right.
States. I spent countless hours in my West Wing office,
Which is not there anymore.
footsteps away from the Oval Office.
It's the ballroom now.
I spent countless hours in the Oval Office and the Situation Room. I know what the job is.
We know you do.
And I know what it requires. I'll keep you posted. I'll keep you posted.
We know you know the job. We know that you're qualified. We voted for you. Problem is, do you still have a chance? Are you actually going to win this time? This country, unfortunately, lives in a locked up, racist, bigoted bubble that has never bursted. Frankly, it got bigger. I would love nothing more than just black women running this country. Give me nothing but black women. I'm here for it. That is a dream, bro. The problem is the South was never punished after the Civil War. So will a black woman ever win the biggest seat in our government? That is the question. Does Kamala Harris still have a chance? Comment below, let me know, and I'll see you in the comment section.
So are you going to run again in 28?
Listen, I might. I'm thinking about it. I know what the job is. And I know what it requires. Look, the American people have a right to expect that anyone who wants to run for office and be a leader, that it can't be about themselves.
That's true.
And what they want for themselves, it's got to be about the American people.
So Kamala Harris got asked by Al Sharpton, the biggest sellout, the agent of the goddamn era, is she gonna run again? And she said, I wonder if she's gonna run again as a black woman. Now, I don't want to tussle and I don't want to fight y'all in the comments, but at the end of the day, black Americans with a lineage here in this country, I'm not talking about people with an immigrant background. How do you feel about Kamala Harris running again under the guise of a black woman? I need to know what y'all think about that. Let's start there. Second of all, do you all think that she would be a good president for black Americans? I'm not talking, I don't want to hear, oh, she'd be better than what we got now. I don't want to hear that. We need to stop with this whole let's choose the lesser of two evils, because we don't know who she'd be running against. She'd have to go through the primaries. We don't know what other Democratic candidates might be, running against her just to get that spot. We don't know. We're not there yet. But also, the fact that we've been on a Democratic plantation for so long and we've gotten no return on our investment, what would you guys require? Like, what do you expect from her moving forward? We need tangibles. We can't just play the raccoon dance game and let them have Meg Thee Stallion and Cardi B twerking on a stage and tell us that if we don't vote for them, we ain't black and they got hot sauce in their bag. That clearly doesn't work. We've seen time and time again, especially in modern times, Democrats doing things really and truly for the immigrant class. The Democratic Party has become a class that does not necessarily represent the actual American lineage base or heritage American, or however it is that you want to turn the key. So what would you guys expect from her? Like, and I don't want to just playing color skin semantics because she got some peanut butter brown skin and she's talking about washing collard greens in the tub. Like, that's not enough. And then people will say, well, what has the Republicans, we've never even asked them to do anything. We never even fooled with those people because we've been under whatever MK Ultra, we've been under the spell where, what is it, Lyndon B. Johnson, he said he'll have these people voting Democrats for the next 100 years. Like, this is what we've been under, because before we started as a collective voting for them, they were the Triple K. They were in favor of segregation. They were the ones that was assembling a lynch mob, and then things just flipped and took a turn. So now I'm just posing a question. What do you guys think about Kamala Harris running for president again in 2028? Are you going to vote for her just because she's a black woman? Do you think she's a black woman? Do you think she'll have the best interests of black American people? I mean, we've seen the clip of her saying, I'm not just going to do anything to benefit black Americans. No, I'm not going to do that. And then we also saw her administration give an anti-Asian hate crime bill solely for Asians. We've also seen them do things solely, for immigrants, solely for the LGBTQ plus community, but never us. What do you guys think about that? Sound off in the comments below. Spread love is the Brooklyn way.
According to a new poll, Kamala Harris is now the 2028 frontrunner. The word salad queen who fumbled the ball and couldn't articulate a single policy without telling us about her being a middle-class kid, garnering 41%, with Gavin Newsom coming in second. It's been 2 weeks. Is Kamala Harris going to get a third shot in 2028 from the Democrats?
I would doubt it. I mean, this is usually how it goes. I mean, she's top of mind for everyone. She just ran. I think it's probably more likely, and they're sniffing around the possibility of her running for California governor than coming back to do this. But I think that the 2028 primary is going to be full of very interesting characters with a lot of good stuff to run on. And you saw that at the DNC. People like Josh Shapiro, Gretchen Whitmer, Wes Moore, Gavin Newsom, people with great executive experience and records to show off. What I did think was interesting to see today, so Dan Osborne, who was the independent candidate in Nebraska, running against Deb Fisher, he narrowly lost. A union leader, a Navy veteran, someone who wouldn't associate with either party at all, just launched a new group to get more working class candidates on the ballot. And I think that that's the kind of energy that'll be really good for the Democratic Party.
And white people, the comments under that video of Kamala Harris saying that she is thinking about running for the presidency in 2028 is the truth that y'all need to hear right now. Because the Black Caucus, the Black delegation, we are split. If y'all go through them comments, you will see some Black people saying, you know what, Kamala, we need you. We need you to run again. We need you to save us, which it is no Black woman's job to save America. Let's just put that first and foremost. But then there's the other group of Black people saying, why? Why should she run again? Just so y'all can let her down? Just so y'all can fumble the bag? Just so y'all can not understand the assignment once again? Because we're tired of being disappointed. And I need y'all to understand that this shows y'all, or should show y'all, that we no longer have faith in y'all. We no longer have any bit of confidence that we might have had that y'all will do what needs to be done, that y'all understand what the assignment is and will and can be trusted to do so. See, this is what happens to Black people every voting cycle, every election cycle. We show up, we vote how it needs to go down, and we carry the vote. We carry the Democratic Party on our backs, and we still continue to watch this country choose white comfort over Black and brown survival every motherfucking time. See, the Save Us crowd, they're not naive, they're desperate. And then the Don't Do It crowd, they're apathetic. They're trying to protect her and ourselves. So white progressives, white Democrats, white leftists, white liberals, white allies, white America, this is what I need y'all to understand, okay? This divide, this sense of exhaustion, this feeling of, I don't even know if I want to do this anymore. Y'all did that. Y'all did this. Not the Trump voters. No, baby. It was you. Those of you who say you care. Those of y'all that post black squares on your Instagrams and put your little pins on your threads. You had the numbers in 2024. You had the reasons. You had the resources. And you still didn't do enough. You let comfort win over conscience. And now Black folk are standing at the crossroads wondering if we should even invest in hope anymore. Our trust has been broken, and now hope feels like a liability. Putting any hope in y'all specifically. In the same way that most of us 92%ers has said that we are not going to the protest, that we are sitting this out. We've carried the social justice movements in this country long enough. And we want to see, are y'all going to really pull through or not? And like we saw with this third No King's Day protest, where is the sustainability? Where are the boycotts? Where is the strike? Where is it hitting them where it hurts in their pockets? Where is y'all stopping the continuation of participation in the systems that are causing us harm on a daily basis and funding these wars that you get up on this app and cry about? See, it's not Kamala Harris's job to save America. It was never one woman's job, especially not a Black woman's job, to save America. It was supposed to be our job. Y'all want to talk about why are we so divided? Why can't we come together? We had the opportunity to come together and y'all fumbled the bag. Y'all let us down. That is why you're seeing comments on that video of Kamala saying that she will run or is thinking about running in 2028. This is why you're seeing Black people saying, Mama, Auntie, don't do it. Just move on. They done already told y'all. They already told you they don't want you. They ain't gonna vote for you. Sit this one out. Let somebody else do it. This is why. We don't trust you. Honestly, can you blame us? Because a lot of it is performative. Y'all will go to the protest. Y'all make your cute little sign so you can post it on your page, on your Twitter, on your Instagram, on your Threads account, and then you'll go stop by Starbucks on the way home. But can we just be honest?
So are you going to run again in 28?
Listen, I might. I'm thinking about it. But let me say this. I am thinking about it. But let me also say this. Look, I served for 4 years being a heartbeat away from the presidency of the United States. I spent countless hours in my West Wing office, footsteps away from the Oval Office. I spent countless hours in the Oval Office in the Situation Room. I know what the job is, and I know what it requires. I'll keep you posted. Okay.
Kamala Harris is in New York City today at the National Action Network convention, where she's sitting down with Reverend Al Sharpton. And she confirmed to Reverend Al Sharpton that she said she might run for president in 2028. Now, I love Kamala down. And as much as I would want her to win, I don't even know if I would want her to go through the stress in undoing everything that number 47 is doing in that White House. Whoever occupies the White House next, baby, they probably gonna spend probably their entire presidency undoing everything that he has done. And besides, I don't think America is ready for an educated Black woman to whip this country into shape. Again, don't get me wrong. I love Kamala down, but I just don't see her winning as much as I would want her to.
Your girl Kamala Harris is talking about running for president again. Come on inside, let's talk about it. Let me change my shirt first.
Kamala Harris says she's thinking about running for president in 2028. The real question is this what voters actually want? Let's have a conversation. Kamala Harris has now said it officially that she's thinking about running for president again in 2028. She made the comment at the National Action Network convention when Reverend Al Sharpton asked her directly. And both Reuters and AP reported it as her clearest signal yet that she may get back in the race. Now, let's be honest and let's have some real conversation. Adults to the front only. And on one hand, Kamala Harris is already a historical figure. Right? She was the first Black woman vice president. And in 2024, she became the first Black woman to lead a major party's presidential ticket. That matters. Shout out to the ancestor, Shirley Chisholm, who was a woman who ran for the presidency during the Democratic National Convention in the 70s. But this matters, though. This representation matters. This history matters. But on the other hand, history alone does not automatically mean someone is the strongest candidate for the moment. That's where I think the real discussion is. The real conversation comes in. Because when Kamala ran in 2020 in the primaries, she dropped out before voting even started. And the AP and Reuters both reported her campaign was struggling with money and momentum. Then in 2024, people rallied behind her after Biden had stepped aside, and she became the nominee very, very quickly without voting in the primary. So now the question for the community is this, and I want to hear your thoughts. Do you think Kamala Harris is ready to be the candidate we want in 2028? Or do you think the Democrats need to go in a different direction, get a different messenger, a different style, or a different person? Because this is the bigger question. This is bigger than one person, right? This is about leadership, electability, political memory, and whether people are voting from excitement, strategy, history, or just party loyalty. And for the record, I did vote for it. Right. And as much as I would have loved to see a woman, and especially a Black woman, become president, I also think it is fair to ask whether she is truly the one people are going to get behind. I also want to hear from y'all. Right. Should Kamala run again in 2028? Let's hear the conversation down in the comments. Be respectful, but engaged. Right. If you want deeper conversation like this around politics, history, leadership, and what our community should be doing and thinking about in these times, comment the word circle, and we'll send you a link to join us inside the Sankofa Circle, where we have these adult conversations and history lessons with one another on a weekly basis. But this is Urban Intellectuals, the place where Black history lives, breathes, and once again belongs to us. Till next time, good people, I'm Freddie Taylor, CEO and founder of Urban Intellectuals. Love, peace, and power to the people.
They pulled me off the news to come and say hello to you and ask you, are you going to run?
I have not decided. I'm thinking about it, but I have not decided. So there you are.
But right now, we do want to focus on the midterms.
Yes.
We have so much at stake right now, and I think it's so, South Carolina is so critical, as everyone here knows, to the future of our country. And so we want to stay active, we want to stay engaged. The power is with the people, in spite of whatever forces are trying to convince us otherwise. The power is here with the people. And so I'm here to come back to South Carolina, a place I love so very much, to say hello, to say thank you for everything you've done in advance, for everything you will do over the next 6 months, so that we can get through the midterms and beyond.
Okay, y'all. I don't think she should run, but she is a grown woman. She can decide on what she wants to do. I'm just saying, I know Trump has done horribly, but it does not guarantee that she would be the one to win this time around. And you don't know, because Donald Trump is not in the best of health, and she could be going up against JD Vance, who really is no better than Donald Trump. So we'll see. I mean, 2028 is still a ways away. We shall see what happens between now and then. But y'all, I don't know. I'm not feeling no presidential race after Donald Trump done put us all through the ringer. But we shall see. We shall see. We already know Gavin Newsom will probably be running, but I'm still mad at Gavin Newsom over that situation with the reparations. Have not forgotten that. And I'm just not feeling it. Mhm. Well, y'all, we shall see. But what I want to say is, no matter what, we are still at the end. And even if Kamala got in office, we are still at the end of this kingdom. It sure doesn't change that fact at all. So, y'all, I'm going to go ahead and conclude. My next live is going to be on the Strait of Hormuz being fully open now, after Donald Trump did that 13 naval ship blockade, and just to reopen everything. And it was Iran's decision to open up everything. And I see the Lego videos are still making it on. So I don't know. That's on YouTube, but I just noticed new ones out there. So y'all, I will see you at 6:45. Thank you so much for being here. I deeply appreciate it. So I will see you then. Shalom, family.